Hi, I am Mervin. Today I want to know, have you ever looked at someone who seems wealthy and wondered, how did they get there? Did they have a secret? Did they get lucky? Did they know something the rest of us don't? Because if you've ever felt like you're working hard, paying your bills, doing everything you're supposed to do, and still not getting ahead, you are definitely not alone. Millions of Americans wake up every day, go to work, earn a paycheck, pay their rent or mortgage, cover their expenses, and repeat the same cycle month after month. Yet many reach their 40s, 50s, or even 60s and realize they have far less wealth than they expected. And here's the surprising part. Most people think becoming wealthy is about making more money. But in reality, wealth and income are not the same thing. Someone can earn $200,000 a year and still be broke. Another person can earn $60,000 a year and quietly become a millionaire. So why does this happen? Why do some people build wealth while others spend decades running in place? Today, we're going to explore one of the biggest financial traps in modern America, and why most people don't even realize they're in it. Let's start with a simple question. What happens when most people get a raise? Think about it. You work hard, you get promoted, your income goes up, you feel successful, and naturally, you decide to improve your lifestyle. Maybe you move into a bigger apartment. Maybe you buy a nicer car. Maybe you start eating out more often. Maybe you upgrade your phone, your wardrobe, your vacations. None of these things seem unreasonable. In fact, they feel deserved. After all, you've worked hard for them. But this is where the trap begins. Because as income rises, spending often rises right alongside it. Financial experts call this lifestyle inflation, and it quietly prevents millions of people from building wealth. Imagine two friends. Both get a $10,000 raise. The first friend immediately upgrades their lifestyle. The second friend keeps living the same way and invests most of the extra money. 5 years later, both are earning more. But one has assets, the other has bigger expenses. One is building wealth, the other is maintaining appearances. And that's a huge difference. Because wealth isn't what people see. Wealth is what people don't see. The fancy car in the driveway isn't wealth. The expensive watch isn't wealth. The luxury vacation isn't wealth. True wealth is the money that stays invested and continues growing while you're sleeping. Now let's talk about something even more powerful. Time. Most people dramatically underestimate the power of time when it comes to money. Everyone wants quick results, quick profits, quick success, quick wealth. But money doesn't usually work that way. Imagine two people. Person A starts investing $300 a month at age 25. Person B waits until age 35 but invests the exact same amount. At first, the difference seems small, it's only 10 years. But those 10 years can create a massive gap in wealth later in life. Why? Because of compound growth. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said it or not, the idea remains incredibly powerful. Compounding means your money earns returns. Then those returns earn returns. Then those returns earn even more returns. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, growth looks tiny, almost invisible. But over time, the snowball becomes enormous. The problem is that human beings are not naturally wired to appreciate slow growth. We want immediate rewards. That's why many people spend today and worry about tomorrow later. But wealthy people often reverse that equation. They sacrifice a little comfort today to gain a lot more freedom tomorrow. Now let's discuss another trap that keeps people stuck. Debt. Debt itself isn't always bad. A mortgage can help someone own a home. A business loan can help an entrepreneur build a company. But consumer debt is where many people get into trouble. Think about how easy it is to buy things today. A few clicks, a credit card, a payment plan. And suddenly you're purchasing things with money you haven't earned yet. The problem isn't the purchase itself. The problem is that future income becomes committed before it even arrives. Month after month, future paychecks are already spoken for. Car payments, credit card payments, subscription services, personal loans. And before long, a large portion of income is being used to pay for yesterday's decisions. Imagine trying to run a race while dragging a heavy backpack. That's what excessive debt does to wealth building. It slows everything down. And often, people don't notice until years have passed. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Modern society is designed to make spending easy. Everywhere you look, someone is trying to convince you to buy something. Advertisements, social media influencers, limited time offers, luxury lifestyles. The message is everywhere. Buy this. Upgrade that. You deserve it. But very few people are encouraging you to invest. Very few people are telling you that wealth often looks boring. Because real wealth doesn't always come with flashy signs. Sometimes it looks like someone driving an ordinary car, living in a modest home, investing consistently, ignoring trends, and patiently building assets year after year. That doesn't make for exciting social media content, but it often creates extraordinary financial results. One of the biggest myths about wealth is that rich people are simply better with money. The truth is often much simpler. Many wealthy people follow systems, not emotions. Systems. They automate investments. They save before spending. They think long-term. They focus on assets instead of appearances. Meanwhile, many people do the opposite. They spend first, save what's left. And unfortunately, there's often very little left. The difference may seem small, but over decades, it becomes enormous. Let's imagine two workers, both earn the same salary. Both live in the same city. Both have similar opportunities. One person invests 10% of every paycheck. The other waits until they feel financially comfortable. 10 years later, their financial lives may look completely different. Not because one person was smarter, not because one person got lucky, but because one person built a system, and the other relied on good intentions. Good intentions rarely create wealth. Consistent actions do. Now here's the good news. If you've made mistakes in the past, you're normal. Almost everyone has. Most people weren't taught how money works in school. Many learned through trial and error. Some learned the hard way. The important thing isn't where you start, it's where you go from here. Because wealth isn't built in a single day. It's built through thousands of small decisions. The decision to save, the decision to invest, the decision to avoid unnecessary debt, the decision to think long-term. These choices may not feel dramatic, but they compound, just like money compounds. So why do most Americans never become rich? It's usually not because they lack intelligence. It's usually not because they lack opportunity. It's often because they never fully understand the game they're playing. They focus on income instead of wealth. They focus on spending instead of investing. They focus on today instead of tomorrow. And over time, those choices add up. But here's what makes this story hopeful. The same forces that can work against you can also work for you. Time can work for you. Compound growth can work for you. Good habits can work for you. The earlier you start, the better. But the second best time to start is right now. Because every wealthy person began somewhere. Every investment portfolio started at zero. Every financial success story started with a decision to think differently about money. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. Wealth isn't about looking rich, it's about becoming financially free. And the path to financial freedom often begins with one simple step: understanding how money actually works. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about wealth, investing, money psychology, and financial freedom, make sure to subscribe to Money Mervin. Because the more you understand money, the better decisions you can make with it. And those decisions might change your future more than you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.